Shots.
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 Shots. Shots. Shots. Shots. Shots. Shots. Shots. Shots. Shots from the right point.
Shots from the left point.
Shots from the side.
Shots. Shots. Shots.
Shots. Shots. Shots. Shots. Shots.
Guys. What about goals?
Shots.
Shots.
Shots. Shots. Shots. Shots. Shots. Shots. Shots. Shots. Shots. Shots. Shots. Shots. Shots. Shots. Shots. Shots. Shots. Shots. Shots.
Low quality fans of a high quality Bruins team. That is not a dub, but you can't complain. I mean, you can. Everyone's capable of it. We're so good at it. We're so good at complaining. If we could fuel this world off of New Englanders complaining about their sports teams, you add Philly in there too? Holy crap. We'd be brighter than the sun. No, you can't complain. You can't complain about this. Again, you can, but you can't. Because, A, this game is hilarious. Jake DeBrusk scores the game winner off of a deflection off a glove, something that we had seen him be involved in the playoffs and was waived for the most inane reasoning. We'll get to that, but I'm not complaining about it. Trust me, I'm not complaining about that goal counting. We outshoot them 33-15. They blocked 26 shots on top of that. The boys were buzzing. Lankinen looks incredible, but for the third game in a row, if you're having three goalies in a row all look like they're insanely good, eventually you got to go, finishing might not be that great. I stand by the Vejmelka performance. I genuinely think he was fantastic. And Lankinen was good in this one. It was not like he was bad by any means. And you play this game 9 times out of 10, you're going to win this game just for a bounce, for goodness sake. We got goal lead. We had no puck luck, all that stuff. But the reason I say you can't complain, you can't, is because all of those things I just said about the game are very true. They're very factual. The Vancouver Canucks are not a bad team. Now, they're not at their best right now. JT Miller, leave of absence for an unknown reason that I don't want to dive into, nor do I care to know. Please don't tell me. This is probably a personal matter for him. The team's not up to their full health. They've been injured throughout the season. But they rank in the middle in pretty much everything. They rank 15th in the power play, 16th in the penalty kill, 14th in goals for per game, 23rd in goals allowed per game. What's kind of neat is their goals for per game and goals allowed per game are both at 3.21. That's kind of cool. They're a middle of the pack team without their health. They're not Utah. They're not Detroit. They're not Montreal. They're not the Sharks. They're a decent team, maybe even a damn good one when fully healthy. And this Bruins team played their asses off the whole time, controlled the puck, had better scoring chances, and beyond all of that, limited Vancouver to nothing. Nothing. They gave up nothing. Swayman was solid. He was fine. He allowed 1 goal on 15 shots, and the 1 goal was absolutely not his fault. But he really didn't have to make any big saves. He didn't. Because the Bruins in front of him shut down everything. Everything. Except for 1 Garland chance from the right side of the slot. The details were impeccable. The opportunities were plentiful. They just couldn't finish. That's what the Bruins were supposed to be this year. Like, I never bought into the whole Elias Lindholm is going to unlock our offense or anything like that. I thought our power play shouldn't be dead last in the league again, because last year, they weren't dead last, but the last 3 months of last year, they were so unbelievably bad, which we've continued into this one. But this is the type of game that the Boston Bruins are going to play for the rest of the year until some miracle happens offensively. Now, of course, you do expect Pasternak to wake up a little bit, Marchand to get a couple chances. Like, the team will score in some games, but the offense isn't good. The defense has been excellent, and the goaltending's been fine. It's been fine. There's some really high performances in there, but they've been fine. This is what we were designed to do. From the net out. Not enough on the front end. Not enough offense. but they controlled the puck. They created chances. We have 1 or 2 bounces. This game is very different. I sat there with a smile on my face the whole time. I can't be upset about this game. We know what the team's true weakness is. We were losing our mind because the whole team looked like weaknesses a week and a half ago. But now it looks like they're playing the style they're supposed to be playing. And they're responsible. And they're pushing and pushing and pushing, but aren't able to really break the other team's defenses because they're not skilled enough. But they are extremely responsible defensively. They're getting the saves they need to get. They're blocking shots. They're just creating havoc in the neutral zone, meeting teams on the blue line, not allowing bullshit. Their penalty kill was really good. Sure, the game-winning goal was a power play, but we're going to get there. But their penalty kill was really good. The power play sucked. If the power play is even half decent, this completely changes the landscape of this team, and we're still hoping it can get there, but that's not good. I can't be upset at this game because this was by design. This was what the team should be. It's not super fun and exciting, but we were in this the whole time. Just needed a bounce or someone to have a nice shot. Didn't happen. But I feel really good. This is 3 games in a row with a real identity, and I'm hoping that we can continue that. I do want to make a little announcement here. There is a really good chance that tomorrow night I just do a live stream and watch the game with you guys and not do a video review, with Thursday being Thanksgiving and me working 10 hours before going to my family Thanksgiving tomorrow night. I just honestly don't want to have only 3 hours of sleep, 3 or 4 hours of sleep in back-to-back nights going into that. So I think that's reasonable. Very likely that we're just going to do a stream together. We'll see how that goes. Let's talk a little bit about Vancouver. As I already mentioned, a lot of injuries through the year. JT Miller is absent right now. We do get to see DeBrusk and Heinen back in action, and Forbort, I guess, but Forbort's on the LTIR, so he won't be in this game. They're 6-4-0 in their last 10. They are not super excited about the way the year started, but they are treading water, and their team hasn't been healthy, so I think they're pretty much fine about that. Their goaltending has been good enough without Thatcher Demko, who should be returning soon. Kevin Lankinen has been excellent outside of a little mini slump he went in right before this game, really. But he has a .901 on the season save percentage, and he has a 9-3-2 record going into this game, which, again, he had a little slump where he just wasn't making the saves at the same level he had been earlier in the season. He's perfect on the road. Now 8-0-0 with some excellent numbers behind that. Seelovs as the backup, the guy who had to jump in last year for them in the playoffs because everyone was dead, he has been really, really bad to the tune of an .857 save percentage, but he won't be needed for much longer, it looks like. DeBrusk ranks 3rd on their team, because I know everyone wants to know, with 13 points in 19 games while playing in their top 6 on their top line next to Peterson. That's going into this game. Of course, he does score again in this one. For us, our lines are as follows: Geeky, Zaka, Pasternak, Marchand, Lindholm, Brazeau, Frederick, Coyle, McLaughlin, Beecher, Kostelik, Kepke, Lori, Mack, Wotherspoon, Carlo, Zadorov, Peak, and then Swayman gets a start. If this wasn't a back-to-back, I'd kind of be like, why are we putting Swayman out there? Korpisalo has earned more starts. It's a whole different conversation. McLaughlin gets called up to play on the 3rd line because Johnson gets scratched. I'm not going to do a whole rant about this. As I look at the clock, and I already did a whole rant about other things. Patra has 3 assists in his last 4 games down the AHL. Merkulov has returned to Pravi and is continuing his point streak, which is now at 7 games, 3 goals, 6 assists. And Liesel appears to have lost all confidence and motivation after being punted back to the AHL after a strong preseason camp. And, I mean, the continued statements about needing more speed and talent on the front lines and everything like that from the front office, and then to still get sent down. We've had this conversation. I'm sure Liesel's working through some mental stuff right now. I really don't blame him for that. He does have 3 points in his last 3 games, though, so there's that. McLaughlin does have a 6-game point streak coming into this and has worked hard for this franchise, but we are talking about a 25-year-old guy who we have seen in the NHL in little spurts for 3 years. Can we give someone a little rope here to stay in the lineup, for goodness sake? I mean, if it's McLaughlin, fine, it's McLaughlin, but the fact that you sent Merkulov down and then you scratch Johnson, like, what do these guys have to do to stick around? Their replacements aren't good enough to stay in the lineup. Can we just have some young guy stick around for a little while? If you're just going to scratch the guy that replaces them anyway? Like, if they're awful, they're awful. Don't play them. But Merkulov wasn't awful. He wasn't an issue. And I'm not upset about McLaughlin getting another chance here, but McLaughlin's not really offering much either. I would just opt towards, like, let's see if Merkulov can be a full-time NHLer. Let's see if Lysell can be. Let's get Patra back into the league, for goodness sake. Just doesn't make... I don't understand the way we're managing prospects right now. I don't get it. Hampus Lindholm is still week to week. Checking in on the Bruins rankings, the main stats we talk about, we are no longer dead last on the power play. We are now ranked 31st, although after this game, we've probably dropped back to 32nd. I haven't done the math yet. Penalty kill is also improving, now sitting 19th. Again, these are numbers going into the game. Goals allowed is improving, now ranking 20th, but we have fallen to dead last in goals scored per game as well. The offense is really bad, guys. Really, really bad. Really bad. Okay, let's finally talk about this game. Like, comment, subscribe. Nailed it. Puck drops! I have one note for the first period. One note. We outshoot them 9-3. That's not the note. 2 minutes left of the first period. A mishandle by the Canucks leads to a geeky chance skating through that right circle all alone, one-on-one with Lankinen, and he's going to save it. Low blocker with the pad. It stays 0-0 after one. The Bruins were the better team. They had the better chances. There weren't a lot of moments to truly highlight, but outshooting a team 9-3 to start. Great possession numbers. The top six was all over the Canucks. Plenty to like through one. Lora was really looking good, and he would continue to look good throughout the game. Not a lot of complaints. We know it's going to be hard to score. So 0 goal periods don't really bother me that much as long as the other details are there. This is the bar we're at, all right? We're working our way back up. Second period, 1:20 in. Zacha with an excellent pass through the neutral zone to Spring Pasta. He sells shot, cuts to his backhand. As Lankinen's moving, he tries to scoot at 5-hole. Save is made, puck pushed to the side. Puck gets sent back into the crease front, but no one can bury it past the forest of sticks and legs, even though Lankinen had slid out of the net during this initial shot from Pasternak. No, absolutely no puck luck. 4:05 in. Marchand gets called for cross-checking on a really bad call. It's a really bad call. And then 1:50 later, a lot of puck movement, but no real chances. The penalty kill looks great. They're snuffing everything out. Finally, just Hughes from the top of the slot goes, screw it. Hammers this down in the net. It's going to bounce off of Garland's glove. Forgot the word for glove for a moment. Bounce over to the side where Swayman's got bodies in front of him. Doesn't see the puck bounce over here. DeBrusk just gets to get a stick down and smack it into the open net. It's 1-0 power play goal. They challenged this for a missed stoppage as it hit off Garland's glove, which we've seen wave goals over and over again. But suddenly, it's just a deflection, not a hand pass. Doesn't count. I agree. Wholeheartedly agree. I'm bothered because we've seen at the most important times this be called against the Bruins. But this is the right call. There's a spirit of a rule, you know? It's bounces off a glove. The guy doesn't intentionally hit it to him, nothing like it. Just bounces off the glove. Come on. That's fine. I don't care. That should be a goal. It's 1-0. They fail the challenge. We go to the penalty kill. We kill it. I don't think it's a bad challenge because this league does this crap all the time. But I am glad that the goal still counted because it's what is deserved. That goal should count. We kill off the second penalty kill because a failed challenge means you have to kill a penalty. 6:10 left. Besser for slashing on Lorai. Also a pretty weak call. Not a good power play. We're going to move on to the third period. Down a goal. We've put ourselves in a great position to still win this game. We've been the better team throughout. There's just a real chance to walk away with at least 1 point, maybe 2. Just got to get one to go. 5:53 in. Joshua for roughing after ripping Brazeau's helmet off. We're going to go to the power play. Not enough movement, but what really pissed me off about this power play, the first unit had a lot of time in the offensive zone. Not once was someone standing in front of Lankinen. The guy stopped everything up to this point, like 28 shots up to this point. And you're not taking his eyes away at all. Insane to me. Insane. 10:15 in. Pasta gets cross-checked by Besser. We're going to the power play. Didn't love that the Bruins basically killed a minute of clock trying to get set up on the 6-on-5 on the delayed penalty, because they were just trying to get people changed out. They brought the puck back to their zone. They passed it back and forth for like a minute, over a minute. And then they just gave the puck up in the neutral zone as they tried to get things going the other way. I mean, you're killing your own clock at that point. Just ridiculous. I don't get it. 12 seconds left of the period, because of course we're not going to score on a power play in the third period, you silly Billy. 12 seconds left. McAvoy turns it over. Garland buries the empty netter off the turnover. It's 2-0. I don't have, like, the game breakdown's boring, right? There's nothing to talk about, because there isn't. There isn't. The Bruins, 33 shots on net, 26 blocked shots by the Canucks. That's great. It really is. A lot of those shots into the Lincoln's chest or lower body, or like not a lot of scoring opportunity there. There were some real chances. Late in the game, there were some real chances. In fact, right before that empty netter goes in, we have the puck directly in front of Lankinen, and we just can't get it to go. Like, it's a great setup, quick pass to him, Lankinen's there. This team doesn't finish very well, which is your biggest game note right now. This team doesn't finish well. We know that. Teams, we have to beat teams 1-0, 2-1. Like, that's what we're designed to do right now. At least the team is working on an identity. Is it fun? No. Is it frustrating? Absolutely. But there's a road to competitive hockey here that I'm willing to wait out, as long as the effort continues to be there. And the effort has been there, which is very, very different than what we were watching 2 weeks ago. Other game notes, Lohrei looks great. Really, really good. Creating opportunities in the offensive zone that should only pay dividends in the future. I was really worried because through 15, 16, 17 games, I was sitting there going, Lohrei looks awful. Like, really bad. What's the fix here? I don't know. Him being a true offensive defenseman, NHL caliber top 4 guy, is going to pay off hugely for this team in the long run, and it's certainly something it needs. It did bring up an interesting question, because Wotherspoon's been just great. Like, he's not great. He makes silly mistakes every now and again. He's not super quick, but defensively he's been really solid. He has eyes for getting the puck to the net. Just really happy having Wotherspoon available to us. And Wotherspoon has taken over that second pairing role. Zadorov spends a lot more time on the third pair now. When Hampus Lindholm's back, who gets moved out of the lineup? On that left side. Is it your $5 million left defenseman that you just signed? Because I have a hard time moving Wotherspoon out of the lineup right now. It's a really weird thing to have to think about, but we're a couple of weeks away from that, it looks like. That's kind of the game. I know this isn't like, it's not that much fun to talk about, because it's a very simple process here. I'm happy, though. I'm really like, no, I'm not happy we lost. I want to win. And yes, this is a DeBrusk jersey for those who are going to get upset about that. What do you want from me? But this is just a funny result because, of course, DeBrusk is the game winner. The Bruins played to their strengths, and they couldn't buy one. I can't get upset about this one. I can't lose my mind about this one. Otherwise, I'd lose my mind at every game the Bruins play, and I'm trying to enjoy this. I feel good. The Bruins are building an identity, and for what it's worth, God, did we look really, really aggravating to play against. Vancouver did not look like they were having fun either. Good. Go Bees. Go Bees! Of course, we have to give a huge thank you to everyone who's supporting this channel, especially the high-quality inspectors, our top-line tier members, Nibbler4377, EKM Productions, Chris and Erica, Jeff with a G, Tommy Braga, The Bugman, Roland22, GD Viperworks, Len Kreutz, Moonlighter TV, Brock Nope, Han Slomo, Coach D, The Atomic Lizard, Bradley Johnson, Aaron Adams, Lola Cattingsworth, Brett Arney, Pincent, Adam Ella, Big Bad Bruin, and Nick Citrullo. Thank you all so much for supporting the channel. You're all studs and studettes. And of course, a huge thank you to the Stallions, our all-star tier members, Levi Catalani, Bagel, Joel, Doots42, Heil E. Coyote, Darren Woodbury, Abraxion, John Kirk, Michael DePaulo, Wolf Warrior, Vinny, Adrian Winter, Tupton Ditashi, Nightmare Eco, Bruin Smash, DeKingery, The Only Newts, A Tasty Snack, Boston Stringler, Dash Riprock, Crystal Rennell, Jacob Pratt, and Jeremy. You are all absolute legends. I appreciate you eternally. And as usual, go Bees!